Okay. Hi, everybody. So I will start by giving my updates. I put in a request to get 3 tablets approved for the Cocos trial. And so that is something that we're hopefully gonna, because they have 3 boats there that they would like to load O-FISH onto, and so that's happening. Progress is kind of stalled out in Namibia for some reason. They are just swamped with not having enough observers, and I've pinged them a few times to see what we could do to kind of move things along, but it's stalled out. But I will keep at it, and hopefully they'll bring on some more observers to be playing with the app and giving us some feedback. And next week, I hope to be starting on the 90-second spot for the promo slash the training videos. So that's it for my updates.
Great. I don't have too much of a technical update. I don't have any demos because I'm behind. I need to kind of close out the Android stuff and make sure, you know, everything is closed that we need to close, and you know, make sure with the iOS developer that everything, you know, is going to close up in 2 weeks, because our contract with Dimitri is going to end at the end of the month. There are some, he's been working on bug crashes, and he's going to work on saving a record with an MPA, like a flag saying, yes, it's in an MPA. I forget, but I'll look. And Mike, if you know off the top of your head, if we have like in the boarding record display, like the search at the beginning in the mobile app, if there is like a little thing that says in an MPA, yes or no kind of thing. I think we did have something where the map would show the dot versus the MPA. I'll take a look in the designs.
I can look at some of the old designs also.
Yeah. So anyway, work is going apace. Dimitri's been working on some of the crashes where it's, you know, it's been a little hard to debug some of them that are just kind of random, as opposed to ones that happen every time you do something, right? Like every time you install the app and open it, it crashes. That's easier to debug. So mostly it's logistical, and, you know, I'm a little behind, you know, my day job was busy. So yeah, I did send off an invoice, Karima, that you probably saw.
I did. Thank you so much for updating the spreadsheet also. That's awesome. Thanks for staying on top of that. I was wondering if we could at some point, go ahead. I would like to spend a little bit of time looking at our prioritization page and see what we can cross off there, and look at, because so I think our original budget was 32,000, and so I kind of flagged when we were at that like 28 or something like that, and now that we're at 61, I think we just want to kind of make sure, because I'm sure that, you know, it's important for us to finish these high priority items, and what it takes is what it's going to take to finish the project, and we'll just have to work that much harder to get some grant funding to compensate for that. But I think that once we get all this stuff in order, then going off to the implementation stage is going to generate more revenue, is what I'm hoping. So it would be great to have that compensated in that way. So let's see, should I pull up that prioritization, or do you have that readily available, Sheeri?
If you could pull it up. I have it readily available, but not on the same computer that I'm zooming on.
Okay.
So
alrighty, let me get that.
Or let me see if I can easily shoot you a link.
Okay.
With some copy and paste magic.
Wow.
Let's see. And I'll try to open it myself. I just don't know if it's open or not. There we go. Yeah. All right.
Thing.
Oh, you know what? It says I need access, but I can just give myself access.
Okay.
All right. So let's do this. Let's share. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now I can see it. That was easy. So this is the Android work prioritization.
Great. I did go through the sheet 2 weeks ago, and I crossed off some things. Oh, yeah, on June 1st. Yeah. And I just put that I crossed them off just to make sure that I was crossing off something.
Oh, yeah,
that was
crossed
legit.
up by Karima.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that's good. And we'll take this out. Let's see. That looks like the one for Android. So for Android, the thing that really stood out for me was this, but we never expected the developers to do the documentation. No. As for these, we did this. That was an ongoing thing. We did not do this because it's a realm thing. I'm going to see if the iOS developer can look at that possibility, but I'm not sure how easy that is to do. And I'm pretty sure this one was actually done. Yeah, that's this. That was actually this one. Orange validator should show up. So that was actually done here. So let's put this, or actually, let's just delete it.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that we delete it because it's a duplicate anyway.
Right, and everything, that's all the
what does the setup and fix UI CI CD pipeline, what does that mean?
Yeah, so that is CI CD pipeline is continuous integration, continuous development. What that means is you can have automated tests of the code to test stuff out in the UI. You know, like, can you log in? And when you log in, does this appear in this place? And that's why the criticality is low, but it's a medium to high effort, and it's not a user visible change, right? Because in a software project, it can make it more robust, right? Make sure that if you add in code, it doesn't take away functionality that happened before, right? If a bug is introduced, but it wasn't, you know, the highest priority here. So what we didn't do was this high priority item, the medium priority item, which is implementing the forgot password link. I feel like they can go to the website and do that. So, and they can do that on their phones. And then the pre-boarding search, the getting rid of the duplicate pictures, that is not something that we did.
No. Yeah, that's not a biggie.
Yep. So, and then everything else was lower priority. A lot of it is non-user visible changes. So for user visible, oh, this is not a user visible change. Yeah, it's not a user visible change. It might have implications for how easy or hard it is to code things in the future. Get rid of pre-boarding carousel. That was the in the pre-boarding search, right? We had the duplicate pics, but I think we also said, do we even need the carousel, or do we just need the last picture taken? Can we take away the microphone on text areas? Actually, the answer on this is no, we can't.
Okay.
This is like spell check. It's a device thing, not a setting in the app. And we did look at the important to-dos. And this was not, I wasn't able to replicate this.
Okay.
So let me put not able to replicate.
Okay.
So yeah, so Android is in very good shape, which
very
is
good shape.
Because we don't have a developer anymore. So if we weren't, we'd be, well, I wouldn't have done my job very well. Here we have going through crash reports, which we already talked about doing.
Yeah.
That's the only critical one other than the documentation. Why is this not sorted? Let's sort this data. So let's just do this. Okay. So we're gonna sort the range. Sort range, advanced range. Okay. So there is a header row. We want to sort it by done. Oh, I didn't change the done column. And then by priority. Done is going to be, 0 to 1. Okay. So there we go. Okay. All of the zeros went to the bottom, although this is, or all the ones, which one is done. Oops.
11.
Yeah. All right. So critical, going through crash reports, and then high user documentation, this storing data locally. And so then now that's the end of the highs. And because we sorted this alphabetically, let's go to the mediums. The mediums are doc can't be seen. 97. Let's see, what is that? That is GitHub. Wild Aid. Oh, fish. I don't even remember what this issue was. Tab to navigation. Oh, it should scroll automatically. And yes, I've actually already given it to Dimitri to do.
Okay.
So
great.
that is in progress. Should scroll automatically.
Okay.
Yep, this needs the update the app, which they already did. So that is in progress. Again, this CI build is not really important. It's probably more of a low priority, but because we had an automated build in place and then it started failing. But when I looked into it, it was something like the build itself needed an upgrade. It wasn't like there was a bug. Add certificate pinning. This is ostensibly a security change, but what it is when you send your username and password to Realm, it checks first to make sure you're sending it to the Realm server. So that's the certificates it's checking. You can give it a list of certificates that say, if you go to a website and it doesn't have, or you go to an authentication site and it doesn't have these certificates, don't send the username and password. But in order to exploit that, somebody would have to like put a malware version of the app in the store, right, in the iOS store, to do that. So certainly possible, and not hard to do. Top bar for searching, and again, this are like issues like 48 are ones that they're very low, and they're usually not so critical, because that's when we had like EPAM working on them. They didn't even do it. So let's see.
That certificate made me think of the Apple Store one that Megan said she took care of it, of re-registering for the Apple certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not re-registering. I took care of the certificate, but when I logged in, it said Megan has to like accept the terms of service.
Okay, right.
And so she accepted that.
Great.
That was, I believe, what she did. All right.
Cool.
My thing is taking way too long to load. So let's try it on my other computer. GitHub.com, Wild Aid, O-FISH iOS issues 48. Of course, it's probably my internet. So I'm going to close some open things that might be. Okay, for find records and new boarding, search, live in the same container. This is not a, this is not a, I mean, it's going to be a user visible change, but it's, So, okay, I see. When user taps find records, the keyboard should come up with the search field active. Right now it doesn't. So you click search and then you have to tap in the search bar to start typing, as opposed to click search and start typing. So it's not the best user feature. And you can see I've already assigned Dimitri to that. And in fact, let's see, was that the last issue? Implementing the forgot password link. And then everything else is already done. So we can also take a look at the open issues. And you can see here, we've got saving a boarding record as the MPA field if appropriate. So everything with this, his picture is assigned to him. iOS crash on logging out. There's a button overlap, storing org data locally on device, going through the crash reports. Oh, this silly bug. When you first log into the app, the user avatar photo didn't display. We needed to upgrade Realm first, which he did. Adding certificate pinning, tab navigation, tab bar for searching, and reviewing the to-dos. So that's what we have. And you can see that a lot of these ones that are not assigned, right? There's CI/CD, and then there's a lot of these architecture ones. So it's really a lot of, you know, let's get this app in good coding shape, which is not necessarily something we need to do. So, and then like this one was done, the Realm schema for MPA data. So yeah, so we're in good shape for Dimitri.
Great.
And then the web, there's a lot to do. So Mahaba is going to finish some of the filtering stuff this week, and then we could start next week doing some new stuff. So I was thinking of prioritizing adding a new record and editing an existing record as the highest priority items to do. There's a lot more in the web to do. So a lot more of these criticals here. Although I do have like, you know, some of the filters are done. I haven't looked at this in a while to get rid of the ones that we've already done. So here, and with the code motion invoices, I put a negative 3,600. That's this deposit return.
Okay, great.
And I put in the amounts for the developers now. So we are up to 63,000.
Okay.
Here. We are gonna get, so the next one should be another like 6,000, but we did prepay 2,700 for Dimitri. So that's gonna be a credit on the next one.
Okay. Can we go back to the web tab? Hello? I think we lost Sheeri.
I think we lost her.
Yeah.
Give her a minute.
Yeah. Yay.
There you are.
Sorry about that. I lost connectivity, but that was it.
Okay.
Did Karima lose connectivity? Oh no, never mind. There you are.
Pretty shoddy for me, but you know, I was just thinking we could go through the web a little more, because that's the one, because I just want to figure out, like, with this new bill of 6,000 minus the 2,700, like how much more will WildAid have to spend to kind of get us all wrapped up? Like another 10, or what's your feeling?
You know, change again, so I will talk with Mahabat and see. So after June, it's just one developer. Yeah. And that's like a $6,000 a month. So we'll just go through it and like do some estimates and see what we can get done and when, and then we can choose how much to spend.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Thank you.
Great.
All right, well, I guess that's it for today, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have some sort of a mock demo to show in 2 weeks, and get that whole thing going.
Yes, and I want to get the the versions of the MPAs into the various app stores. I was just so thankful that the iOS got into the Apple Store that I was like, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, totally.
You know? So.
Yeah, that was definitely a big milestone. Thanks for making that happen. That was very awesome. Yay.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. All right. Well, I will definitely share these notes with Megan and Bob and all of you after the call. Just write up a little summary, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Great. All righty.
All right. Thank you.
Sounds
Take
good.
care. All right.
All right. Good to
Bye-bye.
see you.
Bye.
Bye.